So hello and welcome to this brand new video. Today we're going to be unboxing this brand new device from Samsung, and based on the title, you already know. I think I'm having some light issues that you can see on the corner of the table right here, but do ignore that. So without any further delays, let's just get into the box. There is only one device here. It's the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. This is a brand new device from Samsung, and originally I wanted the gray colorway. I don't know what they call the official name. I'll put it on the screen, but that was the color that I wanted, but they didn't have the 512 GB in stock for the gray colorway, so I got the titanium black. And the reason I wanted the gray colorway was because I have the iPhone 15 Pro Max and it's in the gray colorway, so I wanted to have that for a future comparison video. But now that I have the titanium black, it still does the job. I don't necessarily need to have the gray color, so let's just unbox this and I can make the comparison video with this as well. So yeah, let's just unbox this now. So it is a 512 gigs, and this is gonna be my primary phone for a couple of days. We'll see how we go with that. Let's just tear the seal up and unbox it. This is going to be the first time I think I'm ever going to be carrying a black phone, because in the past I've never actually carried a black phone, so it's going to be interesting. Let's see. Oh wow, it looks nice. So it's not very dark black, like remember the jet black color that iPhone used to have a couple of years ago? It's not like that. It somewhat kind of looks like gray. It's like a very matte finish, not necessarily black. It's like a very dark gray. And oh wow, it feels very lighter than my S23 Ultra. I actually traded the S23 Ultra to get this S24 Ultra, but I can definitely feel the weight difference between the S23 Ultra and the S24 Ultra. The S24 Ultra is much lighter. Wow, I really love this. Let's put this to the side for now because we can look at this later. Let's see, what else do we get? Okay, we have something here. Okay, Samsung branding. I think we just get the cable and the SIM ejection tool. That would be basically it. Yes, the SIM ejection tool. We have a booklet here, no stickers, and a USB-C to USB-C cable, and that's basically it. Anything else? Nothing in the box. And this is the lid. Okay, now we just take this out. Oh, I wanted this to be a very smooth one, but nah, that's fine. We'll do it like this. Wow, the flat display really looks good. The S23 Ultra had a little bit of curve towards the edges, but the S24 Ultra is definitely the way to go in terms of the display. I really love flat displays, and I'm really glad the S24 Ultra has a flat display now. No curves whatsoever on the edges. It's like perfectly flat. I'm really happy with this. The camera, I think this one right here, the S23 Ultra looked slightly different. It had like a square cutout, but I can see a very circular cutout here. And when I say the square and circular, I mean not this lens right here. It's inside the glass. The S23 Ultra looked a little bit more square. This looks a little bit more circle. This is very light. Oh my god, I wish I could, you know, like weigh it, but because I traded my S23 Ultra, I don't have that to weigh now. But I think maybe in one of my old videos, if I can find it, I can't remember, if I can find it, I'll put the weight in so that it can be a comparison. But I can definitely weigh this. So let me bring my weighing scale. So hopefully you can see my scale there. It's at 0 grams at the moment. So let me put this on the top and let go of my hand. It weighs about 235 grams. Let me see if I can actually find my S23 Ultra's weight. I think I have a video. I need to search for it. Maybe I do, maybe I don't, but it would be good to know, because when iPhone introduced the titanium, it actually felt, you know, like a little bit of difference in weight and more difference in actually holding the device. Like when you weigh this on a scale, you might not feel that much of a difference, but when you actually hold this on the palm of your hand, it feels much lighter in my opinion, because I am the one who's, you know, like carrying it every time. And the iPhone 15 Pro Max, the one that's in my pocket every time, that was considerably lighter than the iPhone 14 Pro Max that I used to have in the past. I think the same thing is going to happen with the S24 Ultra, because I think that this is going to feel much lighter carrying it around compared to the S23 Ultra. And yes, iPhone did bring the titanium and Samsung soon followed, but this is the tech industry. One is ahead than the other and the other follows. I think it's good for pretty much everyone, because if people copy, you get to experience all the good stuff, hopefully not the bad stuff. But yeah, I'm really happy that Samsung actually took the titanium route. And we also have the S Pen here. Let's see if the S Pen is the same color. Oh, the S Pen color matches to the one of the phone. So the phone is called titanium black, as I said before, but it looks much much darker gray. And the S Pen here, it also looks like gray, but it actually matches the phone. So I'm quite happy about that. If you can see here. Oh, wow. I think this is the speaker grill. This is different than the S23 Ultra. At least that's what I'm like noticing. And there you have your SIM tool. There is nothing on the left side. So your volume up and down is on the right side and the power button is here. You have your front facing camera up top and you have your back cameras right here. I will be taking some photos with the S24 Ultra and then maybe doing a comparison with the iPhone 15 Pro Max. I'm going to be making a video about that as well. And in the future, you can definitely expect like comparison video between the S24 Ultra and the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And I think what I'm going to compare is video taking capabilities, photo taking capabilities, and you know, like general experience of how I found this to be. Obviously, the ecosystem is completely different. The Samsung being the Samsung ecosystem, Android and the iPhone obviously being Apple's own ecosystem, but both are really great because I daily drive both the devices. So what I'm going to do now for the moment is I think I'm going to take my SIM card out of my Nothing Phone 2 and put it on the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. So let me find the SIM ejection tool. I think I have the Nothing SIM ejection tool here. Okay. Okay, this used a lot of power, but it's out now. So what I'm gonna do is I need to do this off camera because it's really hard to do this from behind the camera. Oh, SIM card's in. Okay, SIM card's in now. So let's power this on. Hopefully it has some juice. Yep, it's powering on. Samsung Galaxy secured by Knox. It's already getting very dusty as you can see here. Powered by Android. Okay, it says welcome. And you can see I did get the 5G and I have 2 bars. Okay, it's 53%. So let's set this up. I think I'm gonna set this up behind the camera because it's going to be very hard for me to do this from back of the camera. So let's see. End user license agreement. Let's do agree to all, but skip the optional because you don't need to select the optional. Then hit agree and then easy setup with another device. Well, I could set it up with my existing Nothing Phone 2 or the iPhone 15 Pro Max, but I like to set up phones from scratch. So let's do setup manually and then let's do Wi-Fi network. I need to look at my password. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've entered the password. Now I hit connect. Hopefully it connects. I do have 5G, so I don't necessarily need to be connected to the Wi-Fi, but let's see. This should be good now. It's checking the quality of the connection. Okay, it's connected. Now I hit next. Okay, it says service provider setup. Your phone needs to restart to set up features and services from your service provider. So let's hit restart. The reason I like to set up everything from scratch is because I get to install all the apps. So there is not going to be anything I don't need to have. So that way, you know, I have full control over everything. Yes, I could certainly copy everything over and then double check and remove things that I don't need. But I don't know. There's something. So now it's, you know, saying that the phone is getting ready. It may take a few minutes. There's nothing on here. Okay, copy apps and data. Let's do don't copy because as I said, I want to set up manually everything from scratch. Checking info. I think I need to connect to my Google account as well because again, Android. Yep, that's what it's asking me to do. Let me do this behind the camera. Okay, I'm back. I've entered the Google account details. Now I need to set up the fingerprint scanning. So, you know, like I will do that, do fingerprint, and then I can do continue and do next. And then I need to enter the PIN as well, just in case the fingerprint doesn't work. So let me do that behind the screen again. Okay, now that I've entered the PIN, I can register my fingerprint. So I'll do this. I've heard that the fingerprint scanner is much better as well this time around. The S23 Ultra fingerprint scanner was not bad, but you know, like this is apparently slightly better. So I'm doing this behind the camera, and the reason I'm like twisting my phone every time I'm doing the fingerprint scanning is that no matter how I position it, it will unlock. So I'm trying to, you know, like get every side covered. Add another. Okay, let's do that. Let's add another. Let's do the left one as well, because sometimes if your right hand is dirty, you can at least open with your left hand. And the same thing, if you do it like this, you have more success rate than failure rates, because sometimes, you know, if your fingers are not positioned properly and it doesn't unlock, it's because you have not set it up properly. So I like to get all the angles of my fingerprint so that it's, you know, like captured properly, and most of the time at least it unlocks for me when I'm trying to unlock. So yep, that's one more time. Oh, okay, didn't press right. I'm doing this behind the camera, so I'm having some fails as well. So I also like to add my index, so I'll do that. Doing this behind the camera is like very hard, to be honest. I'm having to look at the camera and also look at the device, so it's kind of hard. Oh, now one last finger. Usually I put 4, which is like the thumb and the index of both the hands. So let's do that. And this is going to be the last. Cool, fingerprint is done. I hit next now, and then this is okay. I think show icon when it was on display. Okay, that's okay. I can fix all of that later on anyway. So let me set up the Google Assistant. It's already set up, but let me do this off screen. Okay, I've also logged into my Samsung account. Now I'm gonna select the things I need, which is basically, to be honest, everything but the optional. So I'm gonna select everything and I'm gonna deselect the optional, and that way at least I have more control over what I can send. The things that you should not send, don't send. If you can, you know, like any optional, just skip. Sending the verification code to my phone. I'm gonna do this off screen again. It's probably come to my iPhone. Let's see. Okay, I've signed in. Now I need to, you know, there's advanced intelligence. This is one of the new features of the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. So, you know, like these are the stuff that's here. So if you want to pause and read it for yourself, you can, because I don't want to read everything here. It's too long. So I just do next. And there's Samsung Wallet, Samsung Service Permission. So you can choose to either agree to this or not agree to this. What I do is I try to deselect everything. If it disables the agree button or stops me from proceeding to the next page, then what I do is that's the only time I, you know, enable these buttons. But if it can be off and then I can do agree, I do. So you can basically do that as well. And now you can choose your mode of display. Most of the time I like the light display more so than the dark display, so I'm gonna stick with the light for now. I do happen to change it depending on my mood. Now it's just waiting game, and it should be done fairly quickly because there's no apps, no bloatware whatsoever. See, you're all set up. So let's do finish, and we're in the home page. And to be honest, I really like the wallpaper on this because the S23 Ultra, when it launched, I didn't like the wallpaper that much. This is not too bad. It's kind of, you know, subtle. I was swiping from the bottom, but it's buttons. Let me do gestures because I would much rather have gestures than the button. I need to find this because it's getting real hard for me to search for things behind the camera. So I will stop the recording here. Let me set up the phone. Well, it's basically set up. Let me download all the apps and everything that I need. Okay, now I've installed almost every app and some of the apps are updating. The Samsung language core really caught my eye. It's almost 1 GB in size. I don't know what this does. I need to look at it because I think there's a lot of AI stuff in this phone that really needs to be looked at, and hopefully they're going to be good as well. Okay, now all the apps are installed on my S24 Ultra. Now what I have to do is basically, you know, like charge it and then I can get started to using it. I need to purchase the case. I need to put on the screen protector to protect from the fingerprint oils and everything. So with that being said, I think I'll leave it right here. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this S24 Ultra. If someone is interested in the battery capacity, it's 5,000 milliamp hours, but the real usage, I need to try this for at least 2 weeks in order to say if this is a full day phone or not. Hopefully it is. So yeah, with that being said, I'll leave the video right here. This was basically just an unboxing and setup video. Thank you for watching this video this far. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, bye.